Hi, I'm Andy from Soundcraft. Welcome to another video about the VI series. And in this video, I'm going to show you some more details about the Vi1000 and specifically how we can get access to large numbers of channels from what is a very small control surface. So the Vi1000 surface here has got 16 faders plus the master faders over here. So these can be used in different ways. How I've got it set up right now is where I can operate the layer buttons here, and I'm actually getting pages of 16 faders. So I can actually access 5 pages of 16 faders, which gives me up to 80 channels of input channels on the surface here, just by flipping through my A, B, C, D, E pages here. Now normally this center section is on other VI consoles is used for this sort of output section or the VCA master control section. But in this case, because I'm using them for input channels, I will be using this section on the Vistonic screen here for my output bus control. So up here on the Vistonic screen, I've got my first 16 auxiliary bus masters. I can solo those and I can get access to the parametric EQ, the dynamics, etc. And I've got a second page up here where I can get to my second set of buses, which is my group buses, 17 to 24 in this case. As you can see, we've got 24 buses in total. At the moment, we've got the first 16 set up as auxiliaries. These are the meter displays for the outputs. And the third bank of 8, 17 to 24, is set up as group buses. So it's still very easy to get to my bus masters, even though they're not down on faders here. If I want to get to my VCA section here, I just need to press the VCA button in my fader page section in the master section, and I immediately get my VCA masters here. If I want to go back to my input channels, then I press my layer button again and I'm back to my layers of 16. So that's the first thing to say, that is that you can actually mix on 16 fader wide pages on this small surface. There is another way to work on it, which is a more limited way with input channels, where I'm going to load up a different show file now. If I load up my default front of house show, which is called front of house, I'm not going to save changes there. So I'm going to load up my normal show. Now this gives you more of a conventional VI setup, where these 8 faders here are input channels, these faders here are the bus masters and the VCAs, and I can control those pages on here. And my input pages are controlled by the buttons here as usual. But in this case, I'm using my user layer buttons as additional fader pages so that I can page through, again, up to 80 channels on this section here. So I've got 1 to 8 on button A, I've got 9 to 16 on user 1, on B I've got 17 to 24, on user 2 I've got 25 to 32, etc., all the way down to user 6, which is 73 to 80. So that's a lot more paging, and it's within that section here, but it means I can leave this section as my master faders if I want to. A third way of accessing input channels, if you don't want to use the page buttons here, is that if I go to my meter screen, on the VI, as with other ones, we can just press the touch screen here and we can select groups of input channels from wherever we touch down onto this bay. So I can keep my output section here, or my VCAs, and I can use the meter section to grab any channel up to the maximum, which is actually 96 on this console. Now I'll show you a bit more about how you would set up this 16 wide setting, because what can happen is I've got a show file from a larger VI, I bring it onto this console, and I find that I'm working in this mode with the 8 faders by default. So there's a trick to how I can load a show file and get it to work in the 16 fader mode, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But if you're starting from scratch on this desk, creating a show from scratch, and you want to work in the 16 fader mode, the way to do it is that you go into your show file menu, and instead of picking the default show called front of house, I'm going to pick the one that says front of house 16 fader. And the same if you were doing a monitor setup, you've got monitor 24 mono, normal, which is the 8 faders over here, and these are your masters, or I've got monitor 24 mono 16 fader, which is the wider version. So let's choose front of house 16 fader, and I'll load that up. So this will be my starting point for a large double bank show. I'm just going to page through my layers and show you that, yeah, I'm getting my 16 fader wide input pages here. So channel 1 to 8 here, channel 9 to 16 here, channel 17 to 24 here, 25 to 32 here, etc. And then I can program my show file and I'll have my pages of 16. Okay, if I'm going to load a show up from a Vi6 that comes in and it hasn't been programmed in the 16 fader mode, then if I load that show in using the import function on the show menu, then it will come in the 8 fader mode by default, which is not really what we want. So what we're going to do to avoid that is we will use we will load the front of house 16 fader mode to start with, and then we'll go into the user page setup mode here, and for the output section as well, and we'll press the isolate button here, and we'll press the isolate button on the input side. Okay, so we've now isolated the layer change setup for input and output fader pages using that switch. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my snapshot control section, and I'm going to press this button called Load ISO with Show, which by default is set to yes. I'm going to change that to no. Then I'm going to load my Vi6 show, or my other larger VI show, and I'll keep the 16 fader default settings on the console. So what I'm going to do is load in a show from another VI desk here using the USB stick, and then we'll see if we can load it up on the desk. So I'm going to go to my show menu. The show that I actually want to load is called this one. I'm going to import that. Now this was a show that was made on a Vi1000, which normally has 32 input faders, so it certainly hasn't been set up to work in this 16 fader mode. So take my stick away. I've imported the show, and I'm going to go down here, find that show, and there it is there. Now, as I said, I've isolated the input user fader page setup and the output user fader page setup, and I've gone and selected no in Load ISO with Show in my snapshot section. So then if I go back to my show file and I'm going to load this show, it's going to load in my show, and it's going to keep this setup that I already had on the console, so the 16 fader setup. So the next thing I have to do, one final step, is I go into my output user fader layers, and I have this section here which is unique to the Vi1000. This is the system that enables us to link the input fader buttons to the output fader buttons, so that when I press button A here, it's also going to press button A there. I have to set that up, so what I do is I go on page A input and select page A. I go to the page B, select page B, page C, etc. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up an automatic linking between these two fader page systems. So now when I press button B here, it's going to select button B here. And that's the secret to having the 16 fader wide layer. So now page A, I get my first 16 channels, page B, I get my second 16 channels. I can close down those screens. So I've imported a whole show file from another VI, but I've forced it to work in a 16 fader wide page on the console here. That's all I need to show you for now. Hope that's been interesting. Look out for more videos on the VI series, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.